Breaking news tonight, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has just issued a nationwide advisory. The agency is urging Americans not to eat, sell, or serve certain frozen shrimp imported from Indonesia. If you've recently bought frozen shrimp from your local supermarket or restaurant supplier, this report could directly affect you. Have you eaten shrimp in the past month? Drop your answer in the comments below because this story is unfolding fast and real-life feedback from people like you helps others stay safe. Here's what we know. The FDA released a statement this week warning consumers, retailers, and restaurants across the United States not to eat, distribute, or serve certain batches of imported frozen shrimp from an Indonesian seafood company. The decision comes after testing revealed potential contamination issues that could cause serious foodborne illness. The precautionary alert was issued immediately. Shrimp is America's most popular seafood. The U.S. imports billions of pounds every year, and Indonesia is one of the top exporters. This advisory could affect thousands of stores and households nationwide. What exactly is the FDA worried about? Preliminary reports suggest contamination risks linked to harmful bacteria, specifically strains like Salmonella or Vibrio parahemolyticus. Both pathogens can cause severe gastrointestinal illness, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, fever, nausea, and in some cases, hospitalization. The shrimp was distributed in frozen form. While freezing can slow bacterial growth, it does not kill dangerous pathogens. Once thawed and cooked improperly, contaminated shrimp can make people very sick. For most healthy adults, food poisoning is unpleasant but temporary. However, for vulnerable groups, children, elderly, pregnant women, and people with weakened immune systems, shrimp-borne bacteria can be far more dangerous. Salmonella infections can last for days and sometimes lead to life-threatening complications. Vibrio infections are even more concerning. Severe cases can enter the bloodstream. With fatality rates as high as 30–50% if untreated, this is why the FDA isn't taking chances. Even one contaminated batch could be catastrophic. The frozen shrimp was distributed to multiple U.S. states through major wholesalers and retailers. Some shipments reached grocery store chains, while others could be sitting in restaurant freezers. If you've purchased shrimp recently, especially products labeled imported from Indonesia, you'll need to check the packaging carefully. The FDA is working with state health departments to identify all locations where the shrimp was sold. But even if your product isn't listed yet, the FDA says, when in doubt, throw it out. What can you do if you've already bought shrimp recently? First, check your freezer. Look at the label for the country of origin. If it says product of Indonesia, take extra caution. Check lot numbers. The FDA will be updating their website with specific recall details. When in doubt, throw it out. If shrimp was thawed in your kitchen, clean surfaces and utensils with hot, soapy water. If you experience food poisoning symptoms, contact a doctor immediately.
Seafood safety is a complex issue. Shrimp farming in some parts of the world still lacks the rigorous sanitation standards required in the U.S.
For consumers, the key takeaway is to always cook seafood thoroughly. But when an advisory like this comes out, it's best to avoid the product entirely.
The United States imports about 90% of its seafood. This case highlights the challenges of monitoring a massive global seafood supply chain that can travel thousands of miles before reaching American shelves. This advisory affects more than consumers. Seafood restaurants could face shortages. Grocery chains may have to pull entire batches from freezers, losing millions of dollars. Indonesian shrimp companies risk losing credibility in the lucrative U.S. market. Even a temporary halt can shake consumer confidence. News spreads quickly on social media. Within hours, hashtags like #ShrimpRecall began trending. Some consumers expressed anger. Others raised questions about import testing standards. Over the next few weeks, the FDA will publish detailed lists of affected brands, work with customs officials to stop additional shipments, and monitor for any spike in foodborne illness reports. Let's recap. The FDA has advised the public not to eat, sell, or serve certain imported frozen shrimp from an Indonesian firm due to contamination concerns. If you've purchased shrimp recently, check your freezer, follow FDA updates, and when in doubt, discard it. Have you bought shrimp recently? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for important food safety alerts. Stay safe, stay informed.